Schools are not safe for children. How has it come to this? Primary school teachers have been told to let pupils change their gender without telling their parents, in a direct contravention of UK government guidelines. An investigation into over 600 schools' transgender and equality policies found that up to 3/4 of those surveyed misrepresented sex and gender protection laws, while some were content to enforce gender-neutral rules like letting small children decide which toilets and changing rooms they wanted to use. This madness is across the educational establishment in the private and the public sector, and even, wait for it, in Church of England primary schools, where in one trust, teachers have been advised to help young girls use breast binders when out on school trips. You heard me right, breast binders. Now, a breast binder, if you don't know what that is, and you're lucky if you don't, is a medieval device that literally straps the breasts of a young girl down to stop them growing. That's progress, is it? The same trust has said that students on school trips can sleep in bedrooms that match their chosen gender identity, which of course potentially means young boys in dormitories with young girls. And that's progress too, is it? The analysis carried out by Protect and Teach, a network of women protecting education from cult influence, and more power to them for doing that, focused on 2 counties in the southwest of England after research showed that they had some of the highest rates of gender identity referrals in the UK. Now, what does this all mean in plain English? Well, it's young kids beginning the journey of changing their sex. Although, of course, they're being sold a lie, because you cannot change your sex. Don't take my word for it. Here is one of the world's leading experts on fertility, Dr. Robert Winston, speaking on the BBC's Question Time show.
I'll say this categorically, that you cannot change your sex. Your sex actually is there in every single cell in the body. You have a chromosomal sex, you have genetic sex, you have hormonal sex, you have all sorts of different kinds of psychological, brain sex, they're all different.
That's him cancelled. This bonkers guidance suggests that children as young as 5 could show signs that they are in the wrong body. What the hell does that actually mean? No one is in the wrong body. The other brain-scrambling idea is that biological sex is somehow assigned at birth depending on the, and I quote, appearance of the infant. Let me help you with that. If there's a Willy, it's a boy. If there's a Mew Mew, it's a girl. I really should have been a doctor, you know. Another grammar school claimed that sex was a person's understanding and experience of their own gender identity. There are no words. My job is to talk, but I've got nothing for you. What am I supposed to say? I'll tell you what I think. I think that schools peddling this nonsense should be placed into special measures, and if they continue brainwashing kids into the cult of gender ideology, they should ultimately be shut down. At best, this is misinformation, quackery, and anti-science. And at worst, it's grooming. This nightmare ideology is embedded in many educational establishments, with small children being asked whether they are a boy or a girl today. Now, of course, once you're an adult, you can identify however you like. It's a free country, and I am a libertarian. I've got close friends who are trans. No problem. But taking children down this road is not only overtly sexual and therefore inappropriate, it can lead them on the path to chemical interventions like puberty blockers and even the removal of reproductive organs. Double mastectomies, you name it. I don't want to go into details. What a sick joke, therefore, that school, where children are there to learn their times tables, to play it, and to mess around with paint, is now a place of such potential harm to them. Now, I grew up with 2 fabulous sisters, and when I was little, I remember a few occasions when they put me in one of their dresses, high heels, makeup, and too much lipstick. If you look at that image just to the side of me, that is me in a slightly more conservative outfit, but there's a skirt and there's a hairband and all the rest of it. That was classic childhood tomfoolery. It was innocent, it was fun, it was silly games. But if something like that happened now, and if I was at the wrong school, Or if I had the wrong parents, a judgment might be made that I wasn't a boy, but a girl trapped in a boy's body. And my life journey would have been very, very different. I shudder to think. Similarly, children and young people with autism or depression are regularly being diagnosed as trans. And children who are so-called gender non-conforming, in other words, girly boys or boyish girls, are also being placed on this path when it's likely that they are simply gay. Trans ideology is suffused in our culture now, our corporations, the civil service, the NHS, of course, and most egregiously, the educational establishment. Children are being fed dangerous lies and peddled a wicked fantasy by teachers who should be protecting them, not brainwashing them into a religion which makes no sense and which is full of potential physical and psychological harm. Teachers should be there to teach children, to teach them how to read, how to do sums, and keep them away from anything that could destroy their precious innocence. In too many schools now, the opposite is happening. This is a hellish story, and it pains me even to talk about it. So let this show, Mark Dolan Tonight, be a matter of public record that a crime is being committed on our children in real time, with parents unaware of what is happening to their child at school. Children separated from their families, parents frozen out. If that's not an abusive dynamic, I don't know what is. The backlash from this in years to come, when the damage is done, will be unlimited and colossal. The case for homeschooling grows by the day. So children are being transitioned in this school, right? Little Johnny is now Matilda. He's gone from being a he to a she, and mum and dad don't even know about it. Your reaction, Mark at gbnews.com.